Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to another Square and SoFi video for you today. So we've got some exciting news because Square and SoFi Stadium actually have reached a 10-year agreement where Square has been chosen as the exclusive point of sale system provider for the SoFi Stadium. So it's going to be a 10-year deal. SoFi, as you know, have the naming rights of the SoFi Stadium for the next 20 years. There are some huge events happening in the coming years actually. We've talked about that in the previous video. All of that will be in the top right corner. So in this video, we're going to talk about what this deal could actually mean for both companies. In my opinion, it's going to be very, very positive actually for Square, but we're going to talk about that in a bit because we've got some other good news regarding Square actually. So it was announced 2 days ago that Square will be launching a Square Register, this thing right here, in Canada, offering integrated point of sales hardware to help larger sellers rebuild this fall. So it's very interesting because they did a survey and it found out that 72% of Canadians are looking for socially distanced cashless ways to support local businesses post-pandemic, and 80% are more committed to buy local than ever before. This is again one of the ways for Square to enter a new market and then integrate more and more solutions into that market. They just start here with their registers, but in the future I would expect them to add way more products and who knows, way more financial services as well, and that way they can grow their customer base outside of the United States. Now, a couple of more interesting points here. 72% are agreeing that they are excited to start shopping in person this fall. Those sentiments are consistent across the country, with Quebecers, we'll call them Québécois, reporting the highest allegiance, 83%, to local sellers. They continue by saying that 71% of Canadians surveyed say they are already or plan to spend more locally as Canada recovers from the pandemic. About a quarter of those surveyed estimated they'd spend about $1,750 with local sellers over the next 6 to 12 months. Canadians expected to spend the most additional money locally were found in Atlantic Canada, $2,492, Alberta, $2,372, and British Columbia, $1,964, while buyers in Quebec and Ontario anticipate their additional local spending over the next 6 to 12 months at $1,695 and $1,418 respectively. Alright, now before we jump into the Square and SoFi announcement, I just want to thank everyone that has been subscribing lately. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. And if you like these videos, maybe leave it an early thumbs up as it really helps me outgrow the channel and get my videos out there. Now let's jump into the announcement. So Square and SoFi Stadium exclusively partner to welcome back fans with omni-channel contact-free commerce. So this deal is actually a first of its kind 10-year partnership where Square has been selected as the exclusive point of sale, payments, software and merchant services for the new SoFi Stadium, home to the Los Angeles Chargers, Rams and Hollywood Park. It's also the largest stadium in the NFL, very, very tech-wise stadium. So this partnership makes total sense. Now let's jump into some key points here to see which company actually gains the most out of it. In my opinion, it will be Square, but let's just go and look at a couple of key points. So we've got here number one, commerce and operations software. What does this text actually tell us? Basically it talks about the two software solutions that get included in here, which are point of sale and team management. The team management side is obviously for the employees' experiences, enabling a quick and easy access to Square POS systems, easier ways to manage permissions and control throughout the whole system. Now the point of sale site is obviously where all the data gets processed, gets collected, and then gets visualized and analyzed by the one operating it. So you can know when your best selling items get sold, what game, what time, where, at a bar, at a merchandise store, or just at a pop-up food truck, for example. Then they can use that info and optimize accordingly. Now point number two, and that's Square hardware. The stadium will use more than 1,000 Square Register and Square Terminal units to power sales throughout the NFL's largest venue. So the Square Register enables smoother, faster payment experiences for employees and fans alike. Square Terminal all-in-one payment processing capabilities enable stadium hawkers to take card and contactless payments directly at fan seats. And lastly, to me, this is the best one, and those are the API integrations. So they give here this example of SoFi Stadium leveraging Square's catalog API to manage inventory and product availability, and inform mobile application and digital signature of menus at each concession stand. SoFi Stadium is also enlisting Square's order API to transmit order details from Square POS directly to the kitchen, and Square's payments API to provide further business analytics. So now let me explain why I believe Square is actually the winner of this partnership. Yes, for SoFi this is great. This is them showing, look, SoFi Stadium is extremely technologically adapted, but for the Square side, maybe more people will suddenly be exposed to Square hardware. Maybe lots of new merchants might see, what is that software? Oh, that Square POS system, interesting. Maybe I should do that for my own business, and then boom, new customer acquired. Secondly, lots of data gets collected there. Square can obviously analyze that data, monetize it later on, optimize their business, etc. Now let's enter Cash App side for point number 3. Again, lots of people might already be using Cash App, but suddenly when you enter that stadium, you see SoFi Stadium. So maybe people will say, what's SoFi? Let me download the app. But then if you go buy some food, buy some merchandise, then you suddenly see a Square POS system. Everything is Square. You might pop up your Cash App and use Cash App instead of SoFi. So yes, this deal might seem a bit weird because, well, SoFi might be competing a little bit with Square on that front to be that, let's say, mobile wallet. So let's see how that evolves. But all in all, this is a great deal for both of them. In my opinion, just better for Square. And this is just the start for Square. Again, this is the biggest NFL stadium. In that stadium, there will be various events in the next coming years. Huge ones such as the Super Bowl and some World Cup matches in 2028. Hopefully by then, people outside of the United States could already be using Cash App, but that remains to be seen. All in all, this is a pretty exciting deal. This and the fact that they're entering Canada with the register, pretty positive week for Square and SoFi as well. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this announcement. I'm very curious. Have you been buying some shares, selling? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. As always guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.